So let's talk about MIDI joysticks. I've been making these for a little while now, and we keep iterating through new designs. So I want to show a new design and talk about some of the existing ones and how they line up. This one here is the Solo, and it is my original MIDI joystick design. And it's available in either centering, which is spring-loaded, or floating, which is not. And in this one is a spring-loaded one, so you hold it there and you release it, it goes back to center, just like a gaming joystick. So typically this situation is going to be used for things like pitch bend is the most common, honestly, and then perhaps modulation because it returns to center. Now, there are a lot of filters and change control settings that folks want to have where they want to set the setting and it stays there. And there are, things like orb from Omnisphere that you want to be able to control. And so then I have the floating style. So this is an example of a floating stick where you set it is where it's at. So full up, that's 127, that's 0. This is the Solo Plus, and the Plus is larger because I had to fit in some switches and potentially other enhancements. They're the same height, but it's just a little bit bigger, and it's a little deeper too. So that's that. Now, what I found is that customers are looking for a way to set their values, but not have it spring back to center. So normally I would say, well, then have a float. The difficulty is the float works really great when it's on a desktop, and because it has such a light touch, you could just set it like that. This is not going to work as if it's mounted on an instrument because that stick is going to flop around like that. Now the centering one won't have that problem, but then the centering one is always centering. So I needed something that kind of combined the two ideas. So I'm working on what ends up looking like a recreation of the iPod in miniature form. So this is combining the concepts, and in this case it's using a joystick, and it's using a Joy-Con joystick, which is smaller. So in general I could make it significantly smaller, as you can see here. Now I can't make this joystick floating because I can't take it apart, unlike these bigger ones. These I take apart and take the springs out. This I can't. So I could use this as a control scheme, but what's the current value? You don't know. Here you know visually kind of where it's at, right? You don't know here, hence the screen. So this is a little OLED screen that I'm building into it that will display what you're modifying and what its current value is. So it's going to be some sort of navigation, like whatever control channel change you want to do, and then adjust the value one way or the other, and then you press down to lock it in, something like that. But this is the newest single joystick controller that I'll be coming out with probably in a couple of weeks. I've got the enclosure and everything done. I've fit parts inside of it. Now I need to do the actual programming, which this one is going to be more complicated because it's going to be using a little menu system and everything, and I want to make it clear. But the benefit here is it is small, it is light, thin, it can be mounted to like a guitar or whatnot, and because the stick is spring loaded, you could be in different positions and you won't mess anything up. So that's a little teaser for what's coming next. I have even more, but I'm waiting on parts for that stuff. Thanks for watching.